Hello everybody and welcome to Farming Simulator 25. So I do have the early access version of the game. Thank you so much to Giants for the opportunity once again. It is very much appreciated, but I do get to share the game with you right now. So we're going to be starting a very long series from today, and I'm going to be putting many videos out over the course of the next few months, although probably quite a lot over the next few days. So we're going to start a new save game immediately. Riverbend Springs is the brand new USA map, Hutan Pantine is the East Asian map, and Zilonka is the European map, which you'll probably remember from the premium edition of Farming Simulator 22 if you played it or if you watched videos on it. Today we're going to be starting the Hutan Pantine series, and we're going to be doing this as a new farmer. We don't have much experience, even with my many hours of gameplay on the Farming Simulator series. Yeah, I don't have much experience. Okay, so the starting money we can actually now set, which we've never been able to do before. It always used to be about £100,000, but we can now choose. So I'm not going to make it too easy. I want this to be a fun series. 100,000 actually is pretty good. But with farming in general, assets are really expensive. So you buy one tractor, and well, it could be more than that. So that wouldn't even buy one tractor. So I think we're going to just play this safe, and we're going to go with 250. But we're not going to have a loan at the moment. We might get one further down the line, but we're not going to start off with a loan, because that would just add a financial burden onto us immediately. As for the economic difficulty, I'm going to probably keep this on easy, because I remember FS22, the easy difficulty was still quite difficult. Now, I did almost start this series with no starting farm, but I decided once I actually got into the game that we really didn't have a lot at all. In fact, we had nothing, as you would expect. No machines, no buildings, and what we'd have to do is either have loads and loads of money to start off with, so we can build our own buildings, or we'd have to do back-to-back contracts, in fact constant contracts, and really I want to get cracking with our own farm. So we're going to keep the starting farm, we're going to keep a guided intro tour, and we're going to start. So let's see what Hutan Pantine has got to offer on Farming Simulator 25, and indeed let's see what Farming Simulator 25 has got to offer. So I'm going to keep this loading screen in just so we can see how fast it is. Yeah, so 250,000 is a decent starting amount. That's quite fast. We're on to character creation. So we've got our name, Daggerwin, very fitting. And we did have character creation in FS22, but it looks like they have built on that quite a bit. We've got more characters, larger selection. I'm going to go with this one here. We shall call him Daggerwin. Why not? As for the hairstyle, I'm going to go with this one. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we want to get cracking with the game. No, not that one. That one. Beards. Shall we have... Oh, a snazzy moustache. Why not? We can actually select the colour as well. So we probably should just select something which I think looks about right for this character. Should we really look like that? I don't know. I think I'm not going to go with the snazzy moustache. I'm just going to go with that, that's fine. Right, so as for clothing, we can choose separate tops and bottoms, which I think I'm probably going to do. I think we will go with jeans, but as you can see, we do have many different selections to choose from. Yeah, I'm going to go with jeans. As for the top, I think probably something like this. I'm just trying to avoid anything that we've had in FS22 before. Wow, look at all these. Okay, right, as for boots, I'm going to... sandals. Yeah, nice. I'm going to go with them. Hats. Shall we have a hat? I don't think we need a hat, but... yeah. We'll go with that anyway. Or maybe that. And as for gloves, no, we don't need gloves. Have those glasses. Okay, right, well I think I'm happy with that. Let's confirm. And here we are. This is Hutan Pantine. And here we have an NPC. Hello.
What's up, kiddo?
Well, you tell me. Right, can I help you with something?
Nice of you wanting to help. Come back later, or check with your neighbors.
Okay. Who can help me around here?
A couple of people in town can help you, kiddo. We have experts on agriculture, animal husbandry, and forestry. What do you need help with?
Agriculture. We're new.
Sure, kiddo. Although your old grandpa may not be up to date with some things and how they are done today. Talk to my good old helper Ben. He will explain the basics in detail.
Where can I find him? Oh, he's over there. Okay. So we'll go and speak to him in a minute, but let's first of all take a look at the machinery which we start off with. So we do have a Massey Ferguson combine. Oh, we can actually see the torch now, or the flashlight. Yeah, so as I was saying, we do have the Massey Ferguson 8570 Western combine. Decent size header. And you've probably seen the videos that Giants have been putting out of all the different moving parts. You can see all the moving parts in these machines. It's all animated. We also have a small truck, or lorry. This is a lizard. And you see, we wouldn't start off with any of this if it wasn't for the starting farm. So, and yeah, then we've got this. Is it pronounced APE or AP? 50. So just a small little get around. It's going to be very handy. Probably the sort of truck which is not to be underestimated. As for other machines, do we have anything else? Yes, we do. We have got a white 8510, which actually is quite a big machine. So you might see a little bit of lagging. That will clear. Every time you start a new save game, it does load in. I think it's the shader cache, I seem to remember, from FS22. But it does clear, and then it's super smooth. So, anyway, yes, there is one of our tractors. We do also have the John Deere 980 cultivator. Over here, it looks like we do have a Great Plains seed drill. There we go, that's a solid stand 1500. This is behind the back of the farmhouse. And we do also start off with the Ozeki machinery and the greenhouses for growing rice. So these alone are quite expensive. Again, this is the reason why I didn't need to go for a loan. I didn't think we needed to go for a loan, but we do still need the money, the starting money, because just one tractor is going to that's going to just absorb everything that we have. Not to mention the price of seeds and fertilizer and all that sort of stuff. And that is the planter for rice. Okay, so what else do we have? I should probably show you. We're going to go and speak to Ben over there, but I should probably show you the map. Now, in 22, you used to press X, and it would open up a shaded area of the places that you own. As you can see, the numbers are coloured in. We can still get the shaded area if we tab through to farmland. But it looks like you can't get it anymore by pressing X. But yes, that is what we own. This is just to show you what we own already. And it's not a bad area. It looks like we do have 4 starting fields at least. 31 seems to be classed as 1 there, even though it looks like 2. So we're going to check out 31 in a few minutes' time. But if we zoom out, you can really see how big this map actually is. And my plan really is to take over the vast majority of this. Hence why we need quite a bit of money. Yep, and we'll be trying to upgrade to all of the largest machines. You can see all these different machines here. We will one day have this quad track. We'll have everything. We'll have all these big expensive machines. And as for combine harvesters, that's going to be... Where's the combine harvesters? Yeah, they've actually condensed everything, haven't they? So we've got all the drivables here, all the loaders, and then we've got trailers and everything. It's all been put into one store page. So there's combine harvesting, and there are all the combines that we can purchase. So yeah, one day we'll have this, for example. This is going to be one mega let's play. And I wouldn't be surprised actually if in a week's time we've already hit episode 20. I honestly wouldn't. Right, okay, well we better not leave him waiting over here. We will start farming momentarily. Hello.
Look who we have here. Last time I saw you, you were playing in cow dung.
Well, it is my hobby.
Remember me? I'm Ben. Some call me by my nickname, Helper B.
Original name. Tell me more about you.
You know, I've been helping your old grandpa for well over 3 decades now. Walter hired me as a helper some 35 years ago. I was still fresh, but couldn't drive a plow straight around the corner of an odd-shaped field. He showed me everything back then. It didn't take long before your grandparents couldn't live without me. He and his wife welcomed me to the family, and I became part of the farm. Did I want to run my own farm when I was young? Yes, I did. But that never happened. Doesn't matter, though. In a way, you could say I got stuck here. But I tell you what, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't have to travel the world and reinvent myself all the time. That just sounds exhausting.
I get what you're saying. I'm the same.
I like you already. And you know, Walter has been a great boss and mentor to me. But let's get back to the present. I'm happy that you're here and taking over the farm. Last few months have been a challenge. I tell you that. Walter is getting older. He's tired. It had deep wrinkles on his forehead before you arrived, even deeper than usual. And I'm not getting younger either. I avoid movement at all costs to protect my joints. However, since it was set in stone that you'd take over, his mood instantly turned around. Tell me, are you nervous about taking over?
Before I answer this question, I just want to say this is so much different to what we used to, where really we're just introduced to a farm which has no background, and this is so much better because we do have obviously the current owners, and we are actually going to be sort of inheriting it from them. And like before, we never actually knew what the people before us looked like, our predecessors. So this sort of adds a backstory to it. Anyway, yes, to be honest, yes.
Don't be. You don't have to do it alone. There are people here who will help you. I remember my first day at the farm. I felt like a newborn calf, stumbling around aimlessly. But don't worry, we'll get you up to speed. This place may seem big and intimidating at first, but that's normal.
Right. So where do we start, or what can you help me with? Yeah, where do we start?
Well, since your grandfather slowed down, he didn't really bother with the latest machines and did a lot of stuff, well, in an old school kind of way. That's probably why he sent you to me. I'm an avid reader of all those agricultural magazines, you know? Old, but still learning. However, if you need advice on livestock or forestry, you should talk to Katie and Noah, the local animal farmer and lumberjack. If you come to me, I can help you make sure everything grows well in the fields. As your grandpa always says, a watched crop never fails. Except if a twister hits. Happens. Whenever you need me, kid. See ya.
Yes, well, hopefully we don't have too many twisters. But I would not be surprised if we do get one at some point, probably at the worst possible time. But anyway, yes, here we are. Now, let's just check the state of our fields. Let's just see what's actually happening. It is August, so we may well have a field ready to harvest. Let's just go through here. So we've got field number 30, field number 31, which do have ready to harvest crops in them. They have rice, so we're going to be starting off with rice from the very start. We will have to obviously plant rice in the greenhouses as well for next year, but let's just do one thing at a time. So I'm just going to show you the fields that we own, and then we're going to get started with rice harvesting. I think we'll tour with this. This seems like a good touring vehicle. As for the time, I've kind of got it at ×5. I think that's probably okay, but if it does feel a bit slow, we can speed it up. So that's field number 27. We're going to have to cultivate and drill that at some point. Let's go up here. Wow. Speed. Right, so this is field number 30. These are our paddy fields. That's the rice which is ready to harvest. So you can see there's the pump. And that's what was used to flood the field whilst it was growing. But it's all dry now. It's all ready to harvest. Continuing on past our greenhouses. They're the greenhouses which we're going to grow rice saplings in. Just there. we have the other field. So we're going to have a pretty decent rice harvest actually. Looks like it's going to be a big one. This is the end of our land though. This is the boundary. The neighbours have a nice big cornfield up there. Hopefully we will do as well someday. But we're going to have to keep saving up. Don't think we have a planter yet, but we do have a seed drill. Okay, so going over here, we have got field number 28, which is also ours. Mind the traffic. Yep, so that's cultivated, that's ready for drilling. We'll get that drilled probably in September, but I was just going to show you the calendar. It's now all in one, so the calendar and the forecast are all on one page. More compact. Yep, so we've got the different colours here. Green is planting, red, or reddy orange is harvesting season. So September, October, that's when we're going to be drilling. And then we've got the spring crops as well. And the new crop types for this game are green beans, peas, spinach, and also rice. So yeah, we'll be definitely experiencing all of them very soon. Right, let's take this back to the farm. Let's get the rice harvester out. So we'll keep this at the house. This really is our trailer because we don't have a trailer. We've got just a truck. But we'll use this for now for our rice. Let's head up here. I'll do a mixture of first person and third person view. I guess for now we'll just park this on the concrete pad. It does tell us our range as well for fuel. 390 kilometers. So we need the Ezeki rice harvester just over here. We will be doing some other contracts like deadwood contracts, so we collect deadwood, make some money from that. Do forestry, collect lumber. We'll do some harvesting contracts. There's going to be so much to do. Anyway, look at this beast. I might change the currency to Great British Pounds just because I'm in England, even though this is not a British map. Because I'm going to keep saying pounds. So I'm sure everybody's dying to see the worker mode now, because before we used to just press H and it would just go off and do its thing, probably get stuck on a tree. So let's take a look, let's see what it's like. Yeah, so it corrected itself and it has put itself on what looks to be a fairly reliable trajectory, I hope. What's it going to do? So it's going to take this corner off instead of backing up through the crop. So hopefully there's going to be no backing up through the crops. Just notice that screen there. It's not actually moving. Okay, so it's done that to give itself space to turn within the field boundary. I suppose with this field there is space to actually come out of the boundary, but it could have been surrounded by rocks or by trees. So this didn't headland first, makes a lot of sense, and you can see it in the active workers tab just here. We can also create a job from here, so this is getting a worker to shuttle with a trailer to and from a sell point to the field, all that sort of stuff. Basically just getting another worker to do everything for you, pretty much. Drive from A to B, cart, do field work, it's all here. And we do have stone switched on, we've got weed switched on, and lime requirement switched on, so I am going to be going mostly as difficult as possible. Then we've got contracts, as you can see here. We've got other neighbouring farmers here. Rock removal, wood transport, hoeing, harvesting. Onto the production chains tab. Well, we do own two different greenhouses. One of them is for rice. So you can see input, water, output rice saplings. And we do have a mushroom greenhouse as well. We don't have the water in there, so they're not actually being produced yet, but they will be doing when we get going with that. As for other productions, you can now see everything on here. So we've got the bakery, you can see the different products that we can make at each place, bread and cake. The biogas plant, canning factory, loads and loads of different preservatives there. Carpentry, grain mill, oil mill, sawmill, spinnery, and sugar mill. Right, so they're available on the map for us to purchase if we have the money, which we probably don't. There's the vehicles that we have. As you can see, we really have inherited them. None of them are new, but none of them are too old. As for the prices, we do have a graph, so we can see the price fluctuations. And yes, we will be getting buffalo as well, because we can produce buffalo milk and buffalo mozzarella. But yeah, we do need to get the buffalo first, saving up for that. We've got other products that can be sold, cement bricks, cement bags, all that sort of stuff. Garlic. I'm going to be showing you the greenhouses in just a second, but yeah, that is another product which we can grow. Kimchi, just that I'm just picking stuff out at random here. But yeah, I just think that this this list has grown so much over the years. Right, hand tools. We don't have any hand tools, but that would involve things like the bale wrap. Finances, obviously that's not really looking great at the moment because we've not really done anything. And statistics, years played 1. I wonder what we can get that to. Already done half an hour, believe it or not. And we can keep a track of how much fuel we've used in litres. All the acres covered with the drill, plough, sprayer, so much. Anyway, the harvester is 50% full. So let's get started up. I will be doing lots of time lapses as well in my videos, but really this first video is just an introduction. We don't want to be doing too many time lapses because I do want to show you different things. I'll unload going back up, I didn't really get to it in time. And there we have our rice. Now the price for rice is actually at its best. I think at the moment we can get £3,500 per 1,000 litres for the rice. But we need to, because from this field so far we've only got 1,296 litres. So I'll just park there again, out of the way. I have enabled the engine switch on and off mode, so we can now switch the engine off. You can do that in the options. And whilst we're waiting, yes, we will indeed just quickly check this, and we'll check the construction menu. So that is the sell point. We can see the distance from here, and there is actually a marker now over there, 1,317 metres away. It's a good way of exploring the map. Vehicle menu, packs, used vehicle sale. That's what we're going to be focusing on a lot, buying machinery through there. Actually, that Merlot is quite tempting, so we might end up buying the Merlot, possibly. But one step at a time. Right, so construction. Here we go, we've got an aerial view. So we've got sheds. We might put sheds up in the future. Silos, silo extensions. Constructables. So these are different farmhouses that we can actually build from scratch. And I think the reason why they're only £1,000 is because we do have to supply the materials as well. Yeah, deliver the required materials to the construction site. So it is just... Well, I guess it's for the plot, although we already own the plot, so it's probably just for the the marking out tape. But yeah, we're going to be building these things from scratch. I don't think we're going to be building pre-built sheds and houses, because it's not as fun. Containers, so yeah, fuel, silos for grain and other commodities, tools, pressure washer, all that sort of stuff. And then these are the farmhouses which are pre-built, so you can just basically drop a house there. But it does come at a great expense. We've got the factories. We'll be buying these gradually. Not cheap, as you can see. Not cheap at all. So we've really got to work towards these. Cows. Yep, we've got the cow sheds. Quite a large selection of different cow barns. In fact, starting at just the pasture. Now, you can build a pasture on a piece of grass, but because we do have seasonal growth enabled, we'd have to bring them in in the winter. I think if you don't have seasonal growth, you can just keep them out, but we do have seasonal growth. We've got seasons enabled. So a place to keep your cows' attention. This is a breeding barn, therefore milk production is not possible. The pasture of this building can be customised. Horses, pigs, sheep, chickens, bees, many more things here, and others, a doghouse. We might be getting a dog, but we need to think of a name first. We've got fences, wide range of different decorative fences, lights, and also other things. So we've got tool sheds, different sizes, water tower, that is decorational though, windwheel, grain bin, yeah, they're mostly for decoration. And then we've got small garages and stuff to store stuff in, just to really add to the overall farm, make it look more built up, basically. And then, yeah, sculpting. So that's like leveling the ground, digging holes, making a hill, all that sort of stuff. Getting rid of a little bump. Painting, so you can paint the different textures. Add concrete or grass. Trees. Of course, you can plant trees as well with the tree planter. And plants. Again, these are all for decoration. Harvest is almost over in this field. We do have another field. I will be harvesting the other one myself. But I just wanted to get cracking with this one. So there we go. The worker has achieved harvesting our rice field. And I do want to get looking around the map as much as possible very soon. We will be doing. I think we have to be on the right of the machine. Put the pipe out. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we need to get down to that field and that field. There is indeed a drop. It is split in half. Leaving my muddy tracks on the road. Very naughty of me. But yes, tracks and wheels do collect mud, which can build up on them. They can get caked up. Obviously we'll see more of this when it starts to rain. Okay, so let me get started with this field. Let's harvest this rice field. We can save money by growing the rice saplings ourselves in the greenhouse. You can buy them. It's a much more expensive way of doing it. So we're going to have to do it ourselves. Okay, right. Let's harvest. We're getting close to fall. Now, before we do finish this episode, we've still got quite a bit left to do, I'm going to show you the dynamic ground. I want to show you how the fields react, how the fields respond to a big heavy machine like a combine harvester driving over them. So we're going to put the combine onto the cultivated field. Actually, it might be a plough field in front of the yard over there. We should see mud get caked up on the wheels. We're 97% full. And we should see the ground being compressed. We should see the deformation of the ground. An imprint of the big heavy wheels. Anyway, this is almost 2,000 litres. I know it doesn't sound that impressive, But then, yeah, it would still be a few £1,000. Fills up quite slowly. I'm not too sure if these fields are fully fertilised. But if I was to have a guess, I'd say they're not. I am tempted to find out, though. Let's just turn off a few of these. Okay, they have one application, I think. Oh, no. No, it seems to be putting an application of fertiliser on when we harvest. So that means that it isn't fertilised at all. And that makes sense, because we're really not getting much out of it. Right, okay, so that is full. Let's get across to the lorry, which is just here. And we better drive carefully. Actually, I wonder what it would do if I drove the lorry on a cultivated field, not a ploughed field. Right, so you can see the wheels, they're a little dirty already. Really not where you want to be putting lorries. Yep, so we've got a few chunks of mud stuck to the wheels now. We are sinking in a bit at the back. Ground compaction. Really not good for the field. But anyway, there we go. And I think some of this will come flying off. Should clean the wheels a bit on the road. Not what you're supposed to do, obviously, but they should clean off a bit. Yep, they've definitely cleaned off a bit. Yeah, there's not as much mud there. And you can see the muddy track I've left coming out of there. Not great. Okay. Not great for motorbikes or mopeds or anything like that. We will have to be more considerate in future. Okay then. Let's pull forward. Let's fill that lorry with rice. Or truck. Fill the truck with rice. We've got one more field at the top there. So we'll better get that done as well. I might put that on a worker whilst I show you the combine driving in the field. But I've got a few bits that I have missed. So we need to get them. In the next episode I'm going to be cultivating this field. The one which we haven't done yet and the one which we have done. So all the rice fields will be cultivated. Which I think will leave all of our fields cultivated. We'll then be able to move on to drilling. And I haven't actually decided which crop I'm going to put in. But I do want to target newer crops if I can do. Of course I need to make sure we are at the right time of the year for doing some of these crop types. So probably at least one of the fields will just be done as a cereal crop. So we have a combinable crop in the ground. And then yeah, things like spinach will probably have to be done later on in the spring. Because I doubt that the spinach would want to be out through the winter. But I will just double check this. Spinach. Yes, that is drilled in the spring. Right, let's just get these little bits that I've missed. Field finished. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run away from my harvester. Why not? We might as well. And I'm going to select it. I'm going to create a job. We want it to do field work. I want it to start just there. Okay, so start the job. It's going to drive to the field on its own. This is a total test. I've never done this before on 25, so I want to see how well it does it. We're watching you. Because it's not the easiest terrain to navigate either, because we've got this great big wall here. And I have actually told it, yeah, I didn't actually think about that. I've told it to start in the most difficult corner of all, so I wonder how it's going to achieve that. I really couldn't have made it more difficult, so this is the ultimate test. Ah, we do have a grass strip, a grass boundary, that's good. So it does go into the field then, to get to it. Must be to guarantee it doesn't fall off the edge. Because yeah, again, it could have been. This could have easily been a line of trees, so it doesn't want to drive into the trees. But there we go. It's made it from down there to here, and it's going to harvest. Splendid. There we go. Harvest is underway. Let's get over to those greenhouses, and then let's get over to the combine to make a muddy mess. Not what you'd usually do. I've still got my torch out. Switch hand tools. Okay, let's just try that. There we go. Yep, so we've got the 2 greenhouses here. Products will spawn here once we're actually making them. Outside. Let's go inside. So this one is for rice saplings. Actually, the other one looks to be for rice saplings too. So maybe the mushroom one is. It is. Maybe the mushroom one is elsewhere, which I have not even noticed for some reason. Yeah, it must be that one. Yeah, it must be, because we've got these ducks coming into the back there. Mushroom greenhouse. And there we have it. For anybody who has watched the latest series of Clarkson's Farm, you will have seen Jeremy Clarkson growing mushrooms as well, which turned out to be a great success, so hopefully ours are just as successful. I certainly hope so. Right, let's put our torch away. Oh, we've got 2. And that's where we can manage it as well. Right, you can just walk straight through. I don't know why I opened 2 different doors. Good, right. So, this is a little bridge. What is this exactly? It looks like a bridge, but no, it's just a ramp. Okay. We'll be doing forestry work too, at some point. So, into our combine. Let's drive forwards. There you go, onto the road. Now I did actually have a quick test earlier, and you can see this wheel hasn't really been in the field. That's not too dirty, but this one, this one has been in, and it's got some mud stuck in it. Also, great view of the belt system, pulley system. So if I start it up, not a good idea to be stood quite so close, but let me just show you. Look at that. All animated. Right, let's get some muddy wheels. Making a mess of my field. I'm making a mess of my field. That's not a good thing to do. You can see why I had to start off with £250,000, because I'm just going to be losing money like mad. But actually driving on the grass has cleaned them a bit. It's not too muddy, but it is a bit muddy. So there is a great demonstration of the ground compaction, ground deformation. Yeah, they're not too muddy now. I've actually cleaned them by entering the field for a second time, but the first time I made a mess. If it rains, it will be a different story. I will make a big mess if I go driving on a swampy field. And yes, I can see already we're going to need a shed. We definitely need a shed. We will work on it. We'll build one at some point. From scratch. I hope. I really hope. Right. I will just start up this tractor over here as well. We'll get that attached to a cultivator because we're going to have to get going with that next time. I'm hoping to buy another tractor really soon. Probably a Massey Ferguson, but I will be exploring all brands. Yeah, so we'll just take this to this field here. Although it takes so long to harvest a rice field, I can probably do this in that time. In the time it would take to fill up the rice harvester, I could probably do this. Let's just have a quick look at the texture. So there's our cultivated texture. Lots of detailing back here. And if I was to drive on the soil which I've just cultivated up, I'm sure I would get some extremely muddy wheels. But we are definitely getting the benefit here of it not being wet. If it was raining, it would be a different story. And of course, if we got a tornado, yeah, that's when we could start losing crops. And I'm sure it will happen at some point. I think it works on this map as well. It was mentioned, so I'm guessing it does. But anyway, yep. We'll leave that to continue on down there. And I'll quickly get this cultivated. That is the field cultivated, and of course this is a rice paddy, so when we're ready again we can flood it. I don't think there'd be any benefit in doing that right now because we're not ready to put any more rice saplings in, although I really should familiarise myself with when we want to put the rice in, because it's not long grain, it is the standard rice. So April, May, okay, I should have known that because I've already done a video on it. But anyway, so many things to remember. So in cultivation we do have a rice field, and that's how you would create your new rice paddy. But these are all rice paddies here, so there's nothing we can really do here. And I don't really want to do it on here because I'm going to destroy this field. But that is how you would do it. You'd do it from this menu, cultivation, and you can create your rice paddy. Whilst we're here, greenhouses, I'm just going to have a look at the different types, because yeah, we've got chili as well. Chilies, I thought we did have something spicy. They're the different products just down there, as you can see. So yeah, lots of things to explore. I think we'll be getting some greenhouses quite soon. And I did see somebody who said, in fact I saw a lot of people saying, will it be permanently foggy? Well, this video I think answers that question. It's not permanently foggy, because there was a lot of volumetric fog shown in the videos by Giants. Anyway, that's done. Till next spring. And we've almost finished the one over there. I'll just move on. Put this over here, and then we're going to go and sell our grain, our rice. We'll go and sell the rice at the sell point. Park this here. Now I need my truck, which is still down the bottom there. Just dropping on it. Okay. Another one which I suppose will need to be cultivated. I'm just guessing that you do have to cultivate the rice paddies afterwards. I would find it hard to believe that you don't cultivate them, unless you do just flood them. Anyway, even if you don't, I've still cultivated them, so I'm going to take over. I think it's just going to be a case of going up and down, and then we're done. I wonder how much money we can make. Yeah, so I know that somebody will say, oh, you start off with so much money. Well, don't you worry about that, because that money will be taken immediately when we just buy anything, really. That's the thing with farming. Everything's so expensive. We'll soon be in debt again, which is tradition for my videos, of course. So do not fear. This will still be a slow process building up to being highly successful. And actually, we've started off with less machinery than in 22 on the starting farm. Maybe not less in value though. It's just, yeah, less tractors. We started off with at least 2 tractors, maybe even 3. But then I suppose we did start off with a truck, which is pretty good going. Right, so we finished there with 5,455 litres of rice in the Lizard Dragon, which I believe is our truck. Yes, let's just go and put this back in the shed, because we're done. I don't think we have any more rice to harvest. No, because we did 30, 31, and 28 and 27 are cultivated, so that is the whole farm empty. No more crops to harvest. And the greenhouses definitely need to be started as soon as possible, but we probably do need to get a tanker for water. Yeah, there's certainly going to be a lack of storage, so we're going to have to build a shed sooner rather than later, but we'll have to get the materials first. We'll have to source the materials, and I'm guessing there's going to be a fair amount of wood involved with that. Right, okay, I removed the marker before because it was annoying, but let's just put it back on again. So yes, we want to be in this one. rice. It's not long grain, that's what you do with the combine. It is standard rice. And the best price is now at 557. Yep. The canning factory. I'll just check it on the map so I know for sure. We haven't seen the map at all yet, and I really want to show that off. Okay, so it's basically at the port. So let's head off. Let's take it the scenic route. I think I can cut across. Oh, actually, no, let's not go down there. Oh, that would be the end, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's not go down there. We'll go the scenic route, but not the deadly scenic route. It looks so tropical, doesn't it? And it is supposed to be a generic East Asian map, apparently, not specifically Japan, because in Japan you drive on the left, but Giants have said that it is a generic East Asian map, so we drive on the right. I did ask them if it was supposed to be Japan specifically, and it isn't. Well, here we are. Hutan Pantai. I have noticed the flickering textures. I must just remind everybody, this is the early access version, so hopefully that is sorted by release. Was I supposed to go down there? Maybe. Ah, the neons, of course. Oh, red light. I need to set up my indicators actually on my flappy paddles for the steering wheel. I think I've gone the long way around here, but I don't mind, because it's nice to see the town, or the city, or whatever it is. It's not too busy either, not much traffic. Don't want too much traffic. Ah, nice neons though. Well, I think it's left from here. That would be a good guess. So we've got Town Centre Farmers Market that way. Yeah, we're going to have to do a proper exploration video, aren't we? I need to get my bearings. I need to know exactly where things are. Let's see this map. And then kind of tempted to go that way, even though I probably shouldn't. No, I'll go this way. It must be in front. It must be in front. Oh, a lot of red lights here. Oh, can you see that fog in front? Like a haze. Very atmospheric. Highway East, Pedestrian Pier, Marina East, Industrial Zone. I probably didn't need to wait for these lights. I don't know if I should wait for the lights really, but depends how realistic we're going to play. I don't think we're going to play super realistically, but here we are. Now we need to watch the money at the top right hand corner of the screen, because here is our hard work. Although I didn't really do much, I just inherited the crop, and then the worker harvested most of it. £19,407. Well, that's not bad. That is not bad. We can go this way to get home. So I'll just take this back, and then we'll be moving on to episode 2 very soon. So if you are watching this on a day which is not the release day of this video, then episode 2 is definitely out, and I'll put them in a playlist for you. Oh, I'm not going to wait. There doesn't seem to be any traffic, or very little traffic. But I think I will tour the map in the next episode. I have a feel I'm getting completely lost here. But But if you're new to my channel, welcome. Yes, you will have to put up with a lot of me getting lost and me failing, but it's all part of the fun. Please do subscribe and like the video. Yeah, here we are. I'm on the right track. It's a good little runaround as well, this lorry. It's a fast thing. Love the beach. Love that beach. Makes me want to just park up and relax. In fact, I might do. I think we'll turn the engine off. Let's not go home yet. We'll end the video here. Beautiful, sandy and rocky beach. Yeah, we've got third-person view as well. There we are. We're celebrating on the beach for our hard work. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. And until episode 2, see you again very soon. Bye for now.